as the U.S. hits the debt ceiling. If they were a house, what do you think their DTI would be? That opinion, as well as several different articles about the debt ceiling and, of course, sales for December, next on Real Estate Daily. Welcome, everyone. My name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in housing, mortgage, and the real estate market. Now, before we jump into the United States and what we're doing here, spending money and being debt full, I want you to hit that subscribe button. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's jump right into it. First article here is that existing home sales hit 1.5% last month, or went down 1.5%. That the estimate was at 3.4. So all you people out there, all you media people who keep giving that doomsday, prognosis or analysts about the housing market falling apart, well, you're wrong. Had no clue what's going on. You're all about negative clickbait. You're not about what reality is. We are still, like I reported yesterday, people have gone up 9% year over year. So December of 2022 to December 2021, you increased your mortgage equity, or excuse me, your house equity up 9%. Guys, where is this collapse? It's garbage. New home builders, I don't care about them. They're such a small percentage of real estate. They're 8-9%. Stop listening to that garbage. We want to see real numbers, and this is a real number right here. Next. Yellen says Treasury is taking extraordinary measures to avoid default as U.S. debt hits debt limit. Two things I'm going to talk to you guys about. Number one, if you had all your credit cards maxed out, if you had you couldn't pay at this point your mortgage, you couldn't pay your car payment. What would you expect the credit card company to do? Number one, you expect them to raise your limit? You can't even pay what you're doing now. You're barely paying your minimum payment. Do you think they'll give you more credit? Well, that's what the government wants. Do you think that you would go in and to your mortgage company and say, you know what, I'm at 100% loan to value, so I'm already maxed out, but I want to pull cash out of my house that has no equity? Well, what would that be? This is what the government is doing right now. We're at. It's ridiculous. So a lot of you out there, you're looking for a home, buyers, or you've already gotten a home, and what was your DTI, debt to income ratio? The government-backed mortgages had anywhere from 40 to 46, 47% DTI. Guess what the government's DTI is if they had owned a house? Yes, you got it, 139% DTI. Nobody would loan on that. Nobody wants to give the government more loans. The only way to get out of their spending is to raise the debt, right? And that raising of debt just lingers over all the people in the United States, but mostly over the youth. If you are Gen Z, guys, your future is bleak here. You're going to be inflated to neverland. That's what they do. You inflate the dollar, you have total inflation, which you crush the value of the dollar, and guess what? Guess what, Gen Z and a lot of you millennials, you're going to get punished in the future. Well, I'm happy to report that they're having issues, having a negotiation between the red team and the blue team, and it's about time. The blue team spent way too much money in the last year and a half, 2 years, $10 trillion. We're only taking in $4.9 trillion in taxes. That's ridiculous. We're spending on any and everything we possibly can just to get that money out there. Let's stop the spending. We have to stop spending. There's no question. If we default, guess what? American citizens are forced to default all the time. We need to figure out what the best solution is, and it isn't continually getting in more debt. We're going to default in the future. It's going to happen, people. Don't tell me it's not. There's no question about that. Second point I want to go over. Well, if the government defaults right now, Who gets hurt the most? You got it. Retirement funds. Guess what's sitting out there that Janet Yellen's got her hands in all? It's the retirement funds. Yes, you got to keep the Social Security payments up, but what did the government do in the last 18 months? They made that money worth a lot less, even though they didn't raise how much you received. So now that money just gets thinner and thinner for you. But more importantly, now they can go look at other different, government retirement funds, and they can kind of stop those from even happening, even putting money, even though money is coming in for them, they will stop adding to it. It doesn't make sense. My point being to everybody is you need to think about how you can do better than the U.S. government on your money, your 401k, your retirement funds. Do your own research. It's not financial advice. Stop allowing people like this person right here telling you that she can't do anything about the money in your future. All she's going to do is inflate it to nothing and then make you poor when you think you have this nest egg. Guys, I can't stress this enough. Do your own research. Figure out what the best avenue with your retirement funds is. See this lady right here? She told you inflation was transitory, and then she destroyed your 401k fund. The stock market took a 30% hit. If you had your money in a 401k and that fund manager kept it in the stock market, you probably lost 20, 30% of your wealth. I've heard this many times over and over. This is not what you want. All right, off my soapbox. All right, what are we seeing here in interest rates? Flat. They're all flat. We're talking about early, low sixes. I've talked to several mortgage bankers. You can get into the fives right now. Most of those lenders are saying, hey, high fives, mid fives are out there right now. They're looking for, in the next month or so, another little refi boom, and they're going to see a surge in housing. We definitely feel that's going to happen. That is going to be a good thing because rents continue to go up, and they will continue to go up in 2023. Guys, there's not enough housing for people. I can't stress that enough. And when you have companies like BlackRock and and the federal government coming in and advocating for all these hedge funds to buy up all the houses out there, it doesn't do us any good. Own your slice of the American dream and stop the rental madness. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. It is a Friday. You have a fantastic weekend. All the buyers out there, go look for homes. Go look for homes. Don't be shut out. If these rates drop anymore, it's going to be a housing boom back. And I'm telling you now, that's what I'm getting. A lot of my buyers are like, calling me up. I want to look at homes. I want to look at homes. I want to look at homes. I'm getting that. Get ready because we're going to see an uptick in the housing market. You take care. I will see you on Monday.